welcome to Prudent Media. My name is Sachin Chatte and on this show we take a look at the latest releases. Today we will take a look at Bong Joon-ho's latest film called Mickey 17 and the horror film called The Monkey. First, let's take a look at Mickey 17. The last feature film directed by Korean filmmaker Bong Joon-ho created history at the Oscars. Parasite, which released in 2019, garnered 4 Oscars and made history as the first non-English language film to receive the Academy Award for Best Picture. Now, the director returns with a big-budget science fiction film produced by a major Hollywood studio. Bong's films are known for their intricate layers and themes, which were particularly prominent in Parasite, though they have been present in his earlier works as well. Mickey 17 is based on a novel by Edward Ashton published a few years ago. Although the narrative unfolds aboard a spaceship far away from Earth, it fundamentally explores themes of human nature, greed, capitalism, and cynicism, featuring a leader reminiscent of the American president who has been stirring global unrest. Mark Ruffalo portrays a narcissistic megalomaniac leading the mission aboard the spaceship. While Bong has previously directed films in English, this particular project feels distinctly American in its essence. The film begins with Mickey 17, played by Robert Pattinson, who finds himself in a dire situation without assistance from his colleagues during a mission to colonize the planet Nilfheim. The name Mickey 17 indicates that he is the 17th iteration capable of being reproduced through a human printer. Consequently, Mickeys 1 through 16 are all dead, yet 17 retains the same characteristics and the same memories as his predecessors. Now, Mickey Barnes volunteered as an expendable for this endeavor, fully aware of the likelihood of his demise and subsequent reproduction. The spaceship employs these expendables for missions deemed too hazardous for regular humans due to viruses and other risks. Before joining the spacecraft, Mickey and a friend took a loan which they were unable to repay, prompting them to flee from Earth in search of a place where they could evade their creditors. This planet called Nilfheim is overrun by insectoid creatures known as creepers, which may appear frightening, yet their actions do not align with their appearance. These beings are the planet's indigenous inhabitants, and when Kenneth Marshall, played by Mark Ruffalo, labels them as aliens, Mickey points out that it is in fact humans who are aliens there. Marshall harbors sinister intentions for the planet, aspiring to establish a breeding ground exclusively for the pure human race once he has completed the takeover. He is easily swayed and flattered and is eager to demonstrate his greatness to others. A former congressman who has faced electoral defeat, his characteristic draws clear parallels to Trump, albeit without the election context. Ilfa, played by Toni Collette, is Marshall's wife who is complicit in his schemes and possesses her own cunning nature. She harbors an unusual obsession with sauce. Meanwhile, Mickey is involved with Nasha, played by Naomi Aki, but their lives are disrupted when Mickey 18 arrives without the prior disposal of Mickey 17. The film takes its time to transition, emphasizing not only the storyline but also the character development. Mickey is treated as a disposable asset by those around him who are aware of his impending demise and the inevitability of a swift replacement. This perspective on his mortality, coupled with his own acceptance, provides a compelling angle, highlighting the dehumanizing attitudes of individuals working for a corporation. The performances are exceptional. Robert Pattinson effectively portrays 2 iterations of his character. Mark Ruffalo, in a role unlikely any he has previously undertaken, appears to relish this experience. Toni Collette showcases a remarkable versatility, proving herself to be one of the finest actresses of her generation. Being a Bong Joon-ho film, Mickey 17 gives you enough food for thought and also for your entertainment. I'm going to go with 3.5 out of 5 stars for Mickey 17. And now let's take a look at the new horror film called The Monkey. To begin with, one must possess a robust constitution to watch some of the scenes in this horror comedy. How do we kill people in the most gory manner and elicit some laugh seems to be the mantra of this movie called The Monkey, directed by Osgood Perkins, who is the son of Anthony Perkins, who played the role of Psycho. Osgood previously directed Longlegs, a taut thriller which featured Nicolas Cage. Having witnessed haunted houses, toys and dolls, it is now the turn of a toy monkey to partake in a series of horrific murders. Adapted from a short story by Stephen King, the film initially explores sibling rivalry until the monkey asserts its dominance. The twins, Hal and Bill, both portrayed by Christian Convery, discover this toy monkey while sifting through their late father's belongings. It is revealed that the father, aware of the toy's malevolent nature, had previously destroyed it. In films, especially in horror films, anything that comes back after being disposed is never a good omen. In this instance, winding the key on the monkey prompts it to beat a drum, and when the drumming ceases, it signals an impending death, and it will not be a peaceful demise. The boy's babysitter experiences a gruesome fate with her head dislodged from its normal position, and this is not the only instance of such horror in the film, as evidenced by a woman whose head is engulfed in flames as she frantically runs until she can run no more. Following a series of horrific deaths, the boys come to the realization that the monkey harbors evil intentions, leading them to dispose it of. Subsequently, they drift apart. As children, Bill is the one who consistently bullies Hal, and the narrative fast forwards 25 years into the future. Now, Hal, played by Theo James, is employed at a supermarket and decides to take a week off to visit his son Petey, played by Colin O'Brien. Now, his son has limited knowledge about his father and his past. Hal grapples with the guilt and emotional burden stemming from his own childhood, which affects his ability to connect with his son. At this juncture, Hal's twin brother Bill makes an appearance along with the monkey, leading to an increase in the body count. The monkey does not conform to the typical horror film template, despite the presence of a toy linked to fatalities, which may seem very familiar. Additionally, there are no significant religious or spiritual themes present, a common element in many horror narratives. Although James Wan, known for his work on Saw and the Conjuring series, is involved as a producer, the film bears a stronger resemblance to Perkins' style from what we saw in Longlegs. Quite skillfully, he manages to change the tone of the film from gore to humor, as evident in that last scene when a bunch of cheerleaders in a bus lose their heads. I'm going to go with 3 out of 5 stars for the new horror film called The Monkey. Well, that's what I thought of the 2 films released this week. Do let us know what you think, and I'll be back with you next week with more movie reviews. Till then, it's goodbye from me, and keep watching Prudent Media.